once you are in here, you can choose that in here is there. You can sign up for the apply for the USCIS immigration, like form I-130. So you have to click here. So in here you can set I am an applicant or petitioner or requester. So then you can click next, submit. So then you can so basically I am showing you how to fill the form in online for the form I-130. So in here lot of options you can see. So this is for the citizenship and lot of other options are there. So basically today I'm going to show how to apply for a petition for apply for form I-130. Is basically for bringing your spouse or immediate relative like your parents or your siblings. So then you can click. Basically before you continue, so if you want to bring your brothers or sisters or parents, you must be a US citizen. But if you are a green card holder, if you want to bring your spouse to United States, you can still apply for that. So then you have to click start form. Once it's there, there's just too many options. So today I'm going to show you about like you have to apply for your spouse bringing, and then you can see the application fee is $535. That is just for USCIS application fees. So after the USCIS approved, you have to pay another like $435. So these are the documents you need to submit with this application. So you have to be you have to provide passport photograph for both the applicant and the beneficiary. So you both have to submit a passport size photo, and that has to be a white background. So then the birth certificate, it must be translated to English, and proof of the citizenship or a lawful resident status. That you can submit the citizenship. If you naturally became the US citizen, you can put the citizenship certificate. Otherwise, you can submit your birth certificate of United States. Then proof of family relationship. So you have to put a correct proof of that you need. Then after you submitted the application, you can track your case and everything. So once you are started, so is someone is assisting you with the completing this petition. So if you are not so if you are filling your own, so in this case I am filling it myself, so I am pressing S. Then is there any prepare assisting you with it? No. Is an interpreter assisting with it? No. Put your current legal name, like your first name in here, and last name. If you change it any names after your birth, then you can press S then and provide the name. If you don't use any name, if you don't change any name after your birth, then you can press no for that. Then here you can put your contact informations, and your daytime phone number and mobile phone number and your email address. Then here you have to put your current mailing address. That will be the US email address that you need to put it in here. And you have to put if you are living at the current mailing address, then you can press S. If you are pressing no, then you can press no. Then if you and then you have to provide where you live during the last 5 years. So if you are living last 5 years at the same address, you don't need to put anything. If you are not, you can press add. You can press the country name. If you are living outside of United States, you can press country name and the address and everything. So then you have to fill out what day to what day you are living in here. Then uh, then here is a describe yourself. You have to choose your gender and ethnicity and what is your race. You can see the options in here, and in the basically then they'll ask for your height and your weight and what is the color of your eyes, what is color of your hair. Then you can put all of that in there. And then you have to provide your last 5 years, where you work last 5 years. So uh, if you are if you are currently unemployed, type unemployed for the name of the employer. So and if it is not, put the current employer name and their address, and the what is the occupation and everything. So once you are done with that, you can, so if you want to add, you can plus other, if you plus add entry, you can you can uh, you can put another company that you worked for last 5 years. Then it is additional information. What is your current status? You can say I am a lawful permanent resident. This is for the people who has a green card. This is all the people who became a US citizen through naturalization processing or through the birth. And then you have to, did you gain the lawful permanent residence through adoption? If you are through adoption, you have to press S, otherwise no. Then you have to put so A number is the number you are seeing on your green card. You have if you are not a United States citizen but you have a green card, you can put the A number on there. Then if you have a USCIS online account number, you can provide that. Otherwise, I don't have a USCIS line account. Then you can put your social security number. I know most of the green card holders and the permanent citizens has the United States social security number. You have to put that. Then you have to put your birth date. If you are born outside of United States, you can even choose the country name. Even though currently you are a US citizen through naturalization processing, you have to choose the country name of the birth. Then you have to fill out the village, uh, city and town on the village of the birth. So then this is your current marital status. So for this one, because we are going to show the how to bring the spouse, then in this case it is married. So how many times you have married? If you type married more than one, you have to put how many times. So in this case, this person only married one time. Then press 1 for that. Then click next. Then it will ask you for your spouse name, your spouse legal name and everything. And you have to put the marriage date, what day, year, a month and a year, a day and a year that you got married. And you have to pick the country and the city that you uh, married. So basically that is from the outside of United States, so you have to pick the country that you got married and you have to put the city or town on that. Then when did you so if you married more than one time, you have to provide when is the last marriage end. So in this case, we only uh, so then after that, you have to list the prior marriages. Like if you click add, you can put your. So this is the for if your marriage is already in, you have to put your last spouse name, first name and last name, first name, middle name and last name, and you have to put when your marriage end. Then then you have to put your parents' full name, your father's name first, and uh, so then here, so first you have to put your father's first name, middle name, and last name, and date of birth, and uh, so then choose the gender, mm, then choose the country of birth, and choose the city and what is their country residence. So if they are living in United States, press just drop down, you can choose United States. Otherwise, if they are living in a different country, put that country's name on there. Then in here you have to put, basically you have to put your mother's name, first name, middle name, and last name, and birth date, choose the gender, country of birth, and what is their city or town that they residing in, and what is their country of residence. So, so in here we have to choose who is our beneficiary. Beneficiary is, so in this case I'm mainly showing how to apply for the spouse. So I am clicking for the spouse. So then you will guide to. So, so has anyone ever filed a petition for this beneficiary? So if you're, so before you filing for your spouse, you have to check with your spouse. Is anyone ever uh, filling a petition for your beneficiary? Most likely it's no. If it is yes, you have to press yes. Otherwise, continue with the no. If you don't are not sure, just press the unknown. Then you have to put your beneficiary's first name, middle name, and last name. And it's the same question. If he changed his name after his birth, you have to put that name also in there. Then you have to put your beneficiary's contact informations like his daytime phone number, mobile phone number, so you can put his contact information here and the email address of your beneficiary. Then you have to put where does the beneficiary lives now. So most likely he lives outside in the United States. Uh, so most likely he will live in outside of United States. So you have to pick that country name and put his information and everything and fill out this form. So where in the United States does the beneficiary intend to live? That is most likely your address. So when your spouse come, he will live with you. So you have to put your current US address in here. Uh, so so in here you have to put where did you spouse you and spouse last live together. So even though you guys only live together like 4 or 5 days, still you guys have to put the country name and the name of the address and city and state and zip code, and uh, you have to put when did you and your spouse started to living together. So you have to put the date. So for example, it start from the day that you got married, so till the day that you came back to the United States. So what is the beneficiary's A number? So if your beneficiary says no A number, just press the A and don't have A number. And if they don't have the USCIS account online number, just press they don't have USCIS online account number. Most likely they don't have any social security number or anything. Then here you have to put where your spouse date of birth. Uh, Basically, the beneficiary means your spouse, his or her date of birth, country of birth, and city or village, and you have to pick the gender in here. Was the beneficiary ever in the United States? So if he comes to like any student visa or work related visa, he came to US, but now he is living in another country. If he ever went to United States, you can press S. If it is not, no. Then you have to put his passport number. So if it is for this applicant is never travel to United States, so you can just put a blank for this one. Then what is the country of the issue? The your spouse passport or travel document. You can put uh, his country that the passport issued and the expiration date, and was the beneficiary ever immigration processing. So basically no. If it is S, you can press S. Where does beneficiary currently work? If it is unemployed, you can just press unemployed. Otherwise you have to provide the information where is your spouse working right now. So then the beneficiary's current, so he is married. So how many times? One, or depends upon how many times they married. Then additional information like uh, what is the legal name of beneficiary's current spouse. That is your name. You have to put your first name and last name, and your marriage date. Uh, so then you have to put the country and city that you guys got married, and when is so if it is a last marriage, he has a previous marriage, have to put the previous marriage uh, in date in here. Then you have to put the all the spouse's name that he previously got married. uh, so if it is not, just leave it the blank and continue. Then so you should only answer the questions if the beneficiary in the United States will apply for the adjustment of status of USCIS office in United States. So this is only for the adjustment. So some people come with like a fiancé visa or the visiting visa, or they married to like somebody citizens in here. Only those people can have to fill out this. So then you have to pick which embassy or consulate near to your location. So for example, if you are applying from India, so if your spouse is in India, you basically choose two places, either Delhi or Mumbai. So otherwise you need to take some research about that, or ask somebody that know about your consulate locations. So once then you have to put the country, that city and the state in there, the province. Then so you have to check with your spouse, is anybody else filed a petition for him. Most likely no. So then if it is somebody, just press the yes, otherwise just click no. uh, so if you're submitting any other relative separate petition for other relatives, so for this is only planning and to apply for just the spouse, so you can just leave it. So this is the additional information that you like to provide in here. You can add that informations in here related to that. So that is if you have any questions regarding this, so you can do it. Then next is the proof of marriage. So upload a copy of a marriage certificate. So that is issued by your government. So most likely you will get a marriage certificate from the government. That is, you have to attach that file in here. Then the 2 by photo of you. So first you have to take a passport size photo, that is has to be 2x2 photo of you, and your color, your background has to be a white color. So then you have to upload it in here, and this is the where you have to tell your spouse also take a the photo of that has to be same like yours, passport size 2x2, and it has to be a white color. So additional proof of the marriage, so that is the you have to prove that. So additional proof of marriage is like you have to uh, uh, you have to show that your marriage is real. So I will show you what I submitted for my USCIS application. Then you guys can also other things I submitted for my US citizen additional proof of my marriage. So this is the US citizen. So in here you can put your name and your address, and you can put so if you have a Word, you can open up the Word document and you can put it or any other like Google Doc or any other, and you have to put your name and your address in here and your spouse name. You can include his address also in here. So then you have to put it like this: to whom it may concern. So then you can say I am a citizen and the wife of your spouse name. If you're a husband, I am a citizen and a husband of your spouse name. Then you have to put the name I am applying for I-130 for my spouse, and I am attaching the following document that prove that our marriage is real. So what did I submit? I submitted the marriage invitation, and then we got a marriage certificate from our church. I attached that also, and also photos from our wedding and certificates from the audit, the place that we got married. I don't know how the other countries work. In India, we got a certificate from the place that we got married. And if your marriage is like a live telecasting through the YouTube or Facebook, you can provide that link and a screenshot of the photos that we posted in our social media. So that is like in Facebook we changed it the single to married, then we put our so we took the screenshot of that, and also we put the like a so our photographer posted a photo in uh, his Facebook official page. We also took the screenshot of that, and we also put the proof of the traveling to my wedding. So my wedding happened in India, so I included that proof. And your car logs, that is like you can take a screenshot in your phone that like how many times you called your spouse, and you can attach that, and details of the money transfer between you and your spouse. That is the whole thing. I attached it. Then once you are that then is the I-130A. So if you click here, so this is the I-130A. So this is the information about your spouse and everyone. So you have to put his full name and his address, and so if he so this is the basically that your spouse's detail. So uh, so provide the last address for more than a year. So you can, if your spouse is living for like the physical, then you can put the same address in here, and then you have to put the date from which to which he is living, he or she living, and you have to put the parent one information, parent two, employment history of your spouse, so that, and then information about, so in here, so this is the employment of last 5 years you worked. Your spouse, no, last your spouse work. This is all the details of your spouse. So your spouse need to fill out all of these things, and he need to it's all so and this is all general question. Then he can sign in and date, and that also can attach in here. Once you finished all of that, then you have to so review and submit. That's it.